Man, I want to talk about something today. It's been a while since I've been on. Um, Before we start, I just want to give honor and praise, man. Look at God, what God did out here. Look at that. Ooh, man. You can't get excited about that. I don't know what you're going to get excited about in your life. But anyways, let me continue on. I want to talk about something like the savage nature of men. So, as I was going through my maturation process in spirituality, I went to certain religions to see what they was talking about and what they stood for. And I found it really, really interesting that they said certain things. So when you were studying the Krishna, so I'm walking out of me and my wife in Atlanta, we walking downtown, and we walking into a CVS. You got to get some out of CVS. And this man, he a Buddhist monk. He walk up out and he walked right to me and he hand me some books. He say the books are free. He say, but the Wisdom Inside costs $22. I gave the man $22 because it was a clever sale. So I go home and I'm reading the book. I like to read about spirituality, deep spiritual things. So when they listening and they honoring the Krishna, when they talking about the Krishna, they talk about the body, right? How you treat your body here on earth. And so they believe in reincarnation. So they believe if you come here and you hump like a dog the whole time you'd here, in your animal part of your body, using your body to be an animal, they feel in the next life, God will give you a body that is suitable for your nature. So you might come back as a dog. You might come back as an animal, a rabbit or something. You might come back as something that be hunching all day. Just to, like they say that's how God's weird way of teaching you your lesson through this thing called life, because your soul go on after you die. So I get that from them. Then we go over to Islam. And in Islam, so I'm listening to the Nation of Islam and the guys describing how they see things with the body. And so the guy is talking about how if you live he had a pyramid, and he said it was three different things. He says the body, the soul, and the spirit. I had this explained to me 7 years ago. And so he explained the body, soul, and spirit, but he explained the body in such detail. He said a man that lives on his body alone, meaning his senses, I touch, I feel, I hear, I see. If he only lives on his senses, if he only lives on natural things, only things that he can see, then he would be more animalistic in nature. That's what the man with the Nation of Islam said. I was like, this makes perfect sense, but I don't know how to incorporate it into the spirituality of what I'm saying, because I already had this lust that I was dealing with on my own. So when I make it over to studying what Jesus Christ was doing, they explained it a little bit differently, how you honor your body as a temple. But then on deep spiritual things, God led me to understand that every time you have sex with somebody, you go into union. You go into union with them. You married to these people in the spirit, because the body can be humping out in the physical world, but in the spiritual world, they don't know the difference. Because in the spiritual world, it's supposed to be your wife. It's supposed to be your husband. So you just like in the spirit world, you got like 1 million husbands or 1 million wives or 25 wives and 25 husbands. Like, it's a lot of people to be in your spirit. Does this make any sense? So when we flash forward in America, they say they're watching about I think it was like 5.6 billion hours of porn in America. Do you know how many hours of porn that is? Porn, in turn, makes you more animalistic in nature because it focuses you to have sex or intercourse with yourself. And so you get to please yourself every time. You get a climax every time. You don't get to go through the trial and error of what it takes to become good at something with a mate. You get to do it with yourself. So you get good at sex with yourself. And then you want somebody to come in, and now that you've built up this big porn appetite, you want a woman to come in and fulfill this. But what you don't understand is, in the spirit world, she is your wife. But in the porn world, it takes out your intimacy because porn ain't got nothing to do with nothing intimate. So now the intimacy is leaving out. This is what you see out of most of these men that watch porn all day. All the intimacy gone. The women be like, I don't know why we just can't like hug and everything has to be. You don't even know. Like these men don't even know how to connect with you because they watching so much porn. They porned up. And so all they intimacy is what God gives a man. And so a man's intimacy is what makes him a complete man. But when his intimacy is gone, because he has replaced it with a lust of porn, the spirit world don't know the difference. You start looking at women like something to hit, like something to knock down. They're not even your sister no more. They're not even people. You don't even look at them as humans. And you become animalistic in nature. You just out here like animals where they just start humping, just start walking up to the dog and they, okay, good smell. And they start humping. You like that? You out of there as a man, dog. You out of there. And I'm sorry, women, that I can't speak to you, but I ain't never been a woman in my whole life. So I can speak to men. And I'm not speaking from a place of hate. I can see the lust in you. Because I was there, bud. I was there. And man, look here. When you watching that much porn, look at here. Look at here. I ain't gonna lie to you, homie. I was watching a lot of porn. And okay, let's go further, brothers. Let's go further. I'm going in the spirit today. Somebody just said, how you feel about biracial relationships? I don't hate nobody. Just tell me, Jesus Christ tell me to everything that stand on a solid foundation is the truth. Everything that's not on a solid foundation is a lie. So I don't have nothing about no biracial relationship. I don't care about who you have sex with. I don't care nothing about that. My God tell me to lead with a place of love. So if I'm speaking to a biracial issue, I'm not speaking from a place of hate. I don't care nothing about that, man. If a man decides to lay down nothing, I don't care nothing about that. My thing is, at the end of the day, you still called to be a man. You might be a gay man, but you still called to be a man. I don't care nothing about what your sexual preference, who you lay down with. At the end of the day, a man should be called to take care of women, children, and old people. You should not be out here harming women, children, and old people. I don't care who you lay down with. At the end of the day, I care about being animalistic in nature. Being animalistic in nature, man, and out here harming people. Out here having sex with children. And said, 15, that's not that bad. Fuck out my face. What I'm saying is, men are watching so much porn that they're becoming animalistic in nature. Let's move along. Let's move along. Because these Epstein files then came out. And allegedly, big allegedly, it's human in some of this meat that you be eating at these restaurants. Fast food restaurants, perhaps. Allegedly. I don't want to get sued. And I don't even want to call no names. But in them files, it said that it's human in the meat. The ground meat. Human. in the meat. So we're talking about making things savage or animalistic in nature. We're talking about things that can turn a man mad. If you are feeding men, that would make them animalistic in nature because we're not supposed to be eating each other. God didn't put us down on this earth for us to be eating one another. So if you are eating something that is human like you, it can make you, over time, turn into a savage. Brothers, y'all better learn how to cook. So when I be telling brothers, learn how to cook, get you a passport, I don't be saying this because I'm thinking I'm better than you or that I'm telling you that you better learn skills in the future because we cannot trust. We cannot trust. And I ain't saying who we don't need to trust, but I'm just saying we cannot trust. Yep. I ain't gotta say no names, brother. You in them comments, you spitting major facts. Thank you. So if you eat it, it is making you more animalistic, and nature's making you more of a savage. Man, you better go look at a man and look in his eyes. Look, these brothers who committing these crimes. Look in their eyes. These brothers that be raping these women. Look in their eyes. They're like animals. And then when they get the jail time, when the gavel slam down, they be like, oh shit, what did I just do? 250 years plus life? What are you talking about? That animalistic, soon as the gavel slam down, that animalistic shit pop up out your body. What? So we got a lot of brothers out here and they got a bad diet. They didn't learn how to cook. They didn't learn how to take care of themselves. And they're eating something that is cheap. If something give you, hey man, cheap ain't always the best. Cheap will fill you up today, but cheap won't fill you up for the rest of your life. Cheap will take you up out of here. Being cheap. Some men be cheap in their relationships, man, because you become more animalistic in nature, man. In this time, man, my God is telling men to put all of that hard shit that's in your heart and take it up out of here. How you feel about women, how you been treated in society. Take all of that up out your heart, man. How you feel about your woman. And I'm talking about your black woman. I'm talking about two African-American men right now. The men who was considered slaves, the people they call niggas. Us. No, not niggas. Niggers. Hard R. I'm talking to us. The way that you look at your woman, man, is how you gonna survive in the next generation. If you hate her, you hate yourself. You out of here. You can't win. So if you got hate in your heart towards your woman, you already lost. And they be talking about, man, I be talking to men, and they be like, man, my woman won't pay attention, my woman won't submit. Look here, man, if you leading properly, she got to submit. She'll help me. I ain't never had to beg my wife to do nothing. She see how I serve my family, and in turn, she provides service towards me. I'm not animalistic towards my family. I don't rule like no goddamn tyrant. In manhood, it's a very thin line between a king and a tyrant. The king rules and everybody loves the king. When you become the tyrant, everybody hates the king, but they still got to deal with you. Either way, if you're a good king, bad king, people still have to deal with you. But the bad king is the savage. Does not care about life. Does not care about people. To be a king, man, you really got to care about all people. You got to love people that really can't stand your guts. To be a proper king. But the tyrant rules like a savage. Becomes savage in nature, brother. So what I'm telling you out of this video, if you get anything out of this video, man, things that turn you into a savage is anger, jealousy, envy, unforgiveness. That stuff, man, will turn you into a savage, man. Greed, lust. Most of y'all black men out there, African Americans, you dealing with lust. You got to get that in control, brother. Especially before you get this blessing, you better have that in control because you spend all your money on it. Get it in control. Get your body in control, man. Men ain't supposed to be out here lusting like this. But when you watching high amounts of porn, it'll take the intimacy, man. God give you intimacy, man. The devil give you lust. They say the devil is the great seducer. So if anybody trying to seduce you, they working on the other side. It's this side or that side. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I want to come on here and talk about the savage. Talk about how people are becoming savage in nature, man. How they losing their humanity because of their savage nature, not caring about other humans. Peace out.